Good day everyone. Today our group will be presenting about methods of entering formulas and understanding references in Microsoft Excel. We will walk you through how to properly create formulas, what they are made of, and how cell references work to make our work faster and more accurate in Excel. I am Clarice Jalmolato Torres, and together with my groupmates Dali Tampuhan, Angel May Panagiton, and March Iris Reyes. Together, we will guide you through this topic. So before we start, let us look at what you will learn today and what you should understand by the end of this discussion. Our intended learning outcomes. First is you will learn how to formulate and execute methods of entering formulas through proper commands. Second, you will be able to demonstrate the proper application of formulas and cell references and understand how values relate within formula. By the end of this discussion, our enduring understanding is that first, you will know exactly how to create and enter formulas correctly. Second, you can apply formulas and references properly and see how values are used in calculation. To master Microsoft Excel, there are two essential questions or key ideas we need to understand. First, effective Excel operation. Understanding shortcuts, features, and proper management is important. When you know how to navigate and use Excel efficiently, it increases your productivity and makes managing spreadsheets much easier and faster. Second, formula functionality. Why do we use formulas? It is because formulas allows us to automate calculations instead of computing manually. Excel does it for us. This gives us better control over our data, makes analysis faster, and reduces errors. Understanding how formulas work is the key to mastering data handling. And now, let's break down what a formula is made of. There are five main elements that make up a Microsoft Excel formula. First is constants. These are fixed number or text values that you type directly into a formula. For example, if you type equals 10 plus 5, the numbers 1 or the numbers 10 and 5 are constant, they do not change unless you edit them. Second, cell references. This refers to a specific cell like A1 or B5 that contains the value you want to use instead of typing the number you tell. Excel. Get the value from this cell. This is powerful because if you change the number in the cell, the formula result updates automatically. 3. Names. You can assign a defined name to a cell, a range of cell, a constant, or even a table. For example, instead of writing sum A1, A10, you can name that range sales and write some sales. This makes formulas easier to read and understand. Fourth is function. These are predefined formulas built into Excel. They perform complex calculation automatically. Examples are sum, average, max, and mean. You just provide the values or cells needed and the functions does the math for you. Fifth, operators. These are the special symbols that tell Excel what calculation to perform. This include plus sign for addition, minus sign for subtraction, asterisk for multiplication, forward slash for division, and many more. Without operators, Excel's won't know what to do with your numbers. These five elements work together to create every calculation you do in Excel.
Arithmetic operators. These operators are used for basic mathematical calculation such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. These operators are essential for carrying out basic mathematical operation, including addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. They are commonly used to compute and process numerical values. Next, comparison operators. These operators are used to compare two numbers. They help us see which value is bigger or smaller. Next, concatenation operators. It is used to combine two or more text strings into a single string for better presentation. For example, ani is hello plus world. So, atong i-combine na din na to or equal hello world. Then, reference operators. These are utilized for referencing different ranges and formulas and separating arguments effectively. These are used to refer different groups of data and clearly separate the values in calculation. Sample formulas. These formulas carry out a single operation such as addition or subtraction. An example is A1 plus B1 where values in cells A1 and B1 are simple sum. So kini nga formula ga-perform ni siya just one basic calculation like adding or subtracting numbers. For example, A1 plus B1 takes the value in A1, adds it to the value in B1 and show the total. Next, complex formulas. Integrate multiple calculation, often utilizing a combination of different operations to achieve comprehensive data analysis. Instead of doing calculation one by one, complex formulas combine them so you can analyze data faster and more effectively.
Steps in typing a formula in Microsoft Excel. Number 1, type the value you want to put in each cell. Number 2, put the formula that you want below or anywhere you want to put the answer by making a cell references. Number 3, press enter, then the formula calculate and display the answer. Another way of putting data in Microsoft Excel. First, select the data cell that will contain the formula. Second, type the equal sign. Notice how it appears in both the cell and the formula bar. 3. Type the cell address of the cell you want to reference first if the formula. Number 6. Press enter on your keyboard. The formula will be calculated and the value will be displayed in the cell. If you select cell again, notice that the cell displays the result while the formula bar displays the formula. So next is to edit a formula or recheck the input data. So number 1, select the cell containing the formula you want to edit. Number 2, click the formula bar to edit the formula. You can also double click the cell. Number 3, a border will appear around any reference cell. Number 4, when you're finished, press enter on your keyboard or select an enter command in the formula. Number 5, the formula will be updated and the new value will be displayed in the cell.
To create and copy a formula using relative references. We'll create a formula that will multiply each item's price by the quantity. Instead of creating a new formula for each row, we can create a single formula in cell D4 and then copy it to the other rows. We'll use relative references so the formula calculates the total for each item correctly. So first, select the cell that will contain the formula. Then second, enter the formula to calculate the desired value. Press enter on your keyboard. The formula will be calculated and the result will be displayed in the cell. Fourth, locate the fill handle in the bottom right corner of the desired cell. Then 5, click and drag the fill handle over the cells you want to fill. Absolute references. There may be a time when you don't want a cell reference to change when copied to other cells. Unlike relative references, absolute references do not change when copied or filled. You can use an absolute reference to keep a row and or column constant. An absolute reference is designed in a formula by the addition of a dollar sign It can precede the column reference, the row reference, or both. To create and copy a formula using absolute references, first, select the cell that will contain the formula. Second, enter the formula to calculate the desired value. Third, press the enter on your keyboard. The formula will calculate and the result will display on the cell. Locate the fill handle in the bottom right corner of the desired cell. Fourth, click and drag the fill handle over the cells you want to fill. And fifth, release the mouse. The formula will be copied to the selected cells with an absolute reference, and the values will be calculated in each cell.
In conclusion, learning how to use formulas and cell references in Microsoft Excel is an essential skill that helps make calculation faster, easier, and more accurate. By understanding the different elements of formulas such as operators, function, and references, students can perform both simple and complex computation efficiently.
And that's all. Thank you.